In most cases, you will get your data by some kind of API or any kind of external source. Most of the time, this data is given in a format that is called JSON, that is a JavaScript object. Here I created an own JSON to represent this kind of data. This is what our speaker list would look like. We just have a raw data of a name of the speaker, image of the speaker, and also the topic. As you see, I even got rid of the .png ending of the image, because this is also something that will be always the same case. We don't have any time because in our case it is just starting at 11 o'clock and then every speaker has 1 hour, so 1 hour later is the next speaker. This is something that we don't need as data. We can just add this with the script. So what we want to do is to render one speaker for each element of the list. And this speaker should get its name from the list, its topic, and so on. Since we don't get our data from an API, I just import my JSON that is called speakers.json. Our speakers is now the data that you would normally get from your API. So first of all, let's get rid of the PNG file extension within our props. Then we go to our component and add the PNG here. So what we want to do is to render one speaker for each element of the list. And this speaker should get its name from the list, its topic, and so on. So within JavaScript, there's a function that is called map. That means iterate through an object and for each of a kind, give something back. Yeah, that's very theoretical. So it's just take our speakers, called the map, and say we give this map, again, the speakers. So the first one, the second one, and so on. And I for index. Then we make a little arrow function. And here we give what should be done for each time the map iterates. So for each time we want to render speaker list, now the prop's name shouldn't have a static content because each time we iterate through this list, the name is a different one. In this case, we have that speakers object. So we can just say name equals curly braces for code, our speakers dot name, because we defined the name of the speaker there. The image is speakers dot image and the topic is, as you guess, speakers dot topic. That's it. So the time is a bit special because we say the first one will start at 11 and then it's plus our index. So the second one is at 12, the third one is at 13, and so on. Now we can get rid of all of this code and look, it is working. But as you see, we got a little error message here that tells us that each element should have a unique key so that React knows which element is which. So this is very simple. We just add key equals I, because this will always change when iteration goes through. And now we got rid of this. There's just this warning that our alt is missing and stuff like that. So now when we want to add a speaker, we just have to add a new element to our speakers JSON. This is Maria Magdalena, for example. And as you see, we have a new speaker called Maria Magdalena. Get the same image and the same topic, but the time is already working since this is part of the code. So all we have to do now is change the topic. What you're talking about? Jesus Christ. And we would add an image. I don't have another image, so I just leave the ninja there. That's it. This is just one line of code, a bit extended, so to make it easier to read. But this line of code will handle all of our speakers. This is really a good way, not just to work with data that is given from outside, but also to have a clean code that is very easy to read and especially very simple to maintain. I just have to change it one time and each rendered component will contain the changes. When you didn't get the map at the moment, this is not a problem. We will dive much deeper into all of this. I just wanted to show you how to work with React and what is the beauty of React. And for me, the most important thing about React is working with components and the reusability of components. So I really hope you enjoyed this and I really hope I see you next time in the next tutorial for React.